Estamos conociendo uno de los bares hermosísimos que están en la ciudad, en Minneapolis. Se llama Town Hall. Estoy con Pete, que es el dueño, así que vamos a conocer un poquitito de la historia. Hi, Pete.
Hi, how are you?
Beautiful place, Town Hall. How many years do you have this?
We opened in '97, so in October it'll be 25 years.
Van a cumplir 25 años.
Yeah. Yes.
Contanos un poquitito acerca de las cervezas y la propuesta cervecera que tenés acá.
I think I was talking to the brewery a couple days ago. I think right now on tap we have, if you include the cask conditioned beers, we have 28 of our own beers on tap. And typically we make about 60 styles per year. We have a barrel aged week, which is in February, and we introduce roughly 15 barrel aged beers every year, and we typically have 3 to 5 of those on tap as well. And I think it's closer to 5 right now.
This place is like a temple in Minneapolis, no?
It's very well thought of, and I appreciate that. We've been around for a long time, and we've been able to bring up some brewers who've gone elsewhere, and so they generally talk highly of us as well. So we're lucky to be here a long time.
Yes, and people say it's the best place.
Well, I appreciate that's fantastic. I appreciate that.
Yes, Pete, how many medals do you win?
I believe, so we've entered the Great American Beer Festival. Typically every year since we've been open, we've won 15 medals there.
15 medallas.
And this is the first time that we've ever entered the World Beer Club, which is here, and that's one of the reasons why we entered it this year.
Oh my God!
We're anxious.
Bueno, lucky for this.
Yeah. We've been waiting a long time for Minnesota and Minneapolis to get the Craft Brewers Conference, so we're very excited to have people all over the world here. So it's nice.
It's very important to the city to make a job with the people.
Yeah. I think well, we've been with COVID. We've been kind of in a hiatus for the last 3 years. And I think it's important to get people into the city and get some tourism back.
After the pandemic.
Yes. So we're super excited.
Thank you for opening the bar for us
my pleasure.
And talk with us.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Encontrarnos con la gente de Fermentis, encontrarnos con Marcelo Cerdán y con todo el equipo es una alegría enorme. Estamos en Minneapolis y en este caso visitando Town Hall, que es un bar fantástico. Vamos a hacer una degustación. Hola, Marcelito.
Hola, Graciela, ¿cómo estás? Tanto tiempo.
Súper feliz. Bien. Bueno, estamos con Denise, que ella es parte del equipo de Fermentis. Contanos un poquitito quién es. Primero le voy a saludar. Hi, Denise.
Hola.
Contanos.
Bueno, Denise es una especie de leyenda acá para la industria cervecera. Ella empezó desde muy joven con este movimiento, digamos, acompañó el crecimiento del movimiento. Por eso sabe absolutamente todos los secretos, conoce a todo el mundo y aparte también incursionó en destilados, ¿no? Digamos que es una persona que tiene un gran conocimiento, es un artista de esta industria realmente, por eso hay que aprovecharla mucho.
Muchísimo. Y aparte es una maestra cervecera, cocina cerveza desde el año 95, me lo dijo fuera de cámara.
Sí, yo no había nacido todavía, pero bueno.
Ok, gracias Marce, vamos a estar degustando 3 cervezas de acá y ahora compartimos la mesa.
Están en buenas manos.
Hi Denise, how are you?
I am well today, thank you. Nice to meet you today.
You stay here with Fermentis, but you are a judge.
I'm an international beer judge for professional competitions. So I've judged at Great American Beer Festival, at World Beer Cup, at European Beer Star, Australian International. So lots of different places around the world.
And today we taste 3 beers of here, 3 winners.
3 town hall winners, yes. So this first one in the middle is a cask conditioned porter. And Pete pulled it off of the hand pump, the old traditional English way to condition the beer, where it has a secondary fermentation and it has all of its carbonation inside the cask itself. So similar to like a champagne, it goes through a secondary carbonation with a little bit of sugar inside the vessel to develop its own carbonation.
Yeah. The second?
The second beer is a fancy porter. It's a coconut porter. And it has, obviously a nice rich cocoa chocolate flavor, but also a wonderful coconut flavor to it too that balances and makes it a really kind of a different spin on a porter. It really gives it a different, unique kind of a flavor, almost like a candy bar.
And this is one of my favorites.
This is a Grand Cru, and obviously this is a popular Belgian style beer that has a little bit of fruitiness to it, ester characteristics, and so it's got a nice rich color and some malt characteristics. Wonderful beer. Yeah, nice sipping beer. So initially what you have to think about with cask conditioned beer, it's not as carbonated typically as a regular draft beer. So it's going to have a little less carbonation, a little less prickly on the tongue, more flavor starts to come through, a little bit warmer, and so more flavor as well. So they're extremely flavorful. They're not flat beers like people think that they are, warm and flat. They're just a little bit warmer than a draft and a little bit less carbonated. Roasty, roasted barley, little nuttiness, really good. Nice, nothing too heavy, nothing too black or acrid or ashy. A nice little roasted flavor, almost like a coffee note to them. A little bit of sweetness, but not enough to be too sweet. Just a balanced bitterness and that little bit of acidity from the roasted malts. Really delicious beer. Since it's a porter as well, this one's pretty much the same thing, only it's going to be conditioned with CO2 in a tank. And it's going to be poured. It's a little bit colder, so the flavors aren't going to be as inviting in the very beginning. Usually these beers need to warm up a little bit. But
to open the flavor.
Open up the flavor, yeah, and the aromatics as well. Much more roastiness and a little bit of smokiness in this one. And you can smell that little bit of toasted coconut. Like a candy bar. Yeah, like chocolate and coconut. Yeah, lovely. It's a little bit sweeter than the other beer, just a little bit sweeter. But it's very balanced and has the sweetness matches the roasty characteristics, and it's really nice with that coconut flavor. I think that sometimes we get that impression of a barrel note, but I think it's the roastiness. I think that it's that soft sweetness and that roastiness, but it does come off as a nutty character. Yeah,
complete the flavor.
Yeah, a little bit of vanilla like a bourbon would have, definitely.
Yes. Okay, what happened with the Grand Cru?
The Grand Cru, it's a beautiful beer. Soft esters, little fruity bits. I can smell the malt, caramel malts, a little bit more sweetness in the nose, yeah. That little bubblegum note, yeah. A little bit of phenol, not very much, just that little hint of phenol, and some esters, little bubblegum esters, and that malt characteristic. It's very smooth. So for the amount of alcohol that's in this beer, it's very well hidden. So it could be a dangerous beer for you. Yes?
Tengan cuidado. Okay. Thank you for your candy.
Adios.